Warm welcome back, wellness warriors. I am super excited for today's video because I will be sharing with you a simple almond flour banana bread recipe that is so yummy, tasty and decadent. You would not know you are eating something that is actually healthier than the traditional banana bread. I will also share my thoughts on the advantages of cooking in the oven over cooking on the stove top. So these are the ingredients for our almond flour banana bread. I have the wet ingredients over here and the dry ingredients over here. For the wet ingredients, we are going to be using bananas. You want your bananas overripe bananas, some vanilla extract. It adds some of that gourmet taste to your banana bread. And then here is raw honey, and then some olive oil. I have extra virgin olive oil. You can use any other kind of healthy oil. And then apple cider vinegar. I'm going to explain why you need the apple cider vinegar in your almond flour recipes. Also, we are going to be using some good quality eggs. For the dry ingredients, we are going to be using almond flour, and make sure you have almond flour and not almond meal. Almond flour is made from almonds that have been peeled, blanched, and then ground. Almond meal has the skin on it and it is denser. So for baking recipes, it's preferable to use almond flour. We're also going to be using flax seed. And guys, make sure you save your flax seed in the refrigerator or in the freezer, especially if it is already ground. Flax seed supplies the omega-3 fatty acids and also fiber. So if you have some flax seeds laying around, try to incorporate them in your baking recipes. This one here is salt. We're going to be using salt, and I will put all the measurements in the description box below. And also our raising agent is baking soda. For recipes that use things that are not your regular flour, you want to be using baking soda. It is a better raising agent. And again, I'm going to share with you a little secret on how to get this baking soda to work better, especially in almond flour recipes. And then for the flavoring ingredients, I used vanilla. I'm also going to be adding some cinnamon. This is optional. If you don't have it, that's fine. You can skip it. And I also like to use nutmeg and ginger in my banana bread recipes. And for the gadgets, you can use bowls, or if you have a food processor or a blender, you can make this in there as well. Today, I'm going to be using bowls. So one bowl for the wet ingredients, one bowl for the dry ingredients, and of course you need some measuring cups and spoons and a pan to bake your bread in. I'm using a 9 by 5 inch loaf pan. I'm going to line this pan with parchment paper to prevent the almond flour banana bread from sticking. And here I have a fork and a plate to mash my bananas in. Go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, or if you have Celsius, that's around 177 degrees Celsius. Now it's time to measure out the ingredients and put together this simple recipe. I will leave the measurements in the description box so you can check that out, but I will also share them as we go. While we put together the bread, let me use this opportunity to answer a subscriber question. This question was dropped under the video for making cauliflower fiesta. This is just a cauliflower rice recipe that I think you absolutely have to put on rotation. If you have not tried it yet, be sure to do so. And if you ever have a question, please drop the question. I will give you a shout out and I will answer the question. So thank you at Healthy and Me for leaving the question about what are the advantages of cooking in the oven over the stovetop. I can think of a few. Number one is that the oven is bigger than any pot, and so you can cook a bigger quantity of food in the oven, right? You can batch cook, you can cook several different things and just use up your oven space like that. The second thing I can think about is the cleanup. You know, when I make something like the cauliflower rice, I just use a baking tray, I line it with aluminum foil, and once I'm done, I throw away the foil and I don't have to wash anything. So cleanup is easier. And the third one is that it is healthier to cook in the oven. I think cooking in the oven is usually like baking, broiling, roasting, that kind of stuff. And you tend not to use as much oil. over cooking on the stovetop. You know, there are healthier ways to cook on the stovetop, but sometimes you have to fry, which is not as healthy. So just some things to think about. If you have an oven already, consider making more use of the oven to help you with your wellness journey. Again, thank you at Healthier Me for this question. Guys, if you're enjoying this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to join that tribe of wellness warriors. So I have basically measured out all of my ingredients. Now is just to mix everything. You don't want to over mix. You know, you pour the wet into the dry and then just mix it. Put it in your baking pan. Again, I am using the 9.5 by 5. I line it with the parchment paper so that it does not stick. When you're using alternatives such as almond flour, sometimes it tends to stick to the pan. So if you can lay hands on parchment paper, I recommend you use that. You would see that I'm cutting the excess with a pair of scissors so it doesn't burn in the oven. So we're going to bake it right in the middle of the oven for half an hour. Let's check on our creation. It's been 30 minutes, guys. Let's look. I'm going to stick a toothpick just to make sure that the bread is ready. If the toothpick comes out clean, then the bread is done. If something sticks to that toothpick, then it is not done. Let the bread cool down completely before slicing because it's going to taste better. Do not skip this step. I know how much you want to dig in, but just wait until the bread is completely cold. I slice the bread into about 16 slices because almond flour recipes, they are healthy, but they are high in calories, so we want to portion control. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video so we can grow the tribe. Until next time, remember to eat things that love you back as well. Bye-bye.